Hello, everyone. I was thinking about talking about relationships today because I think it's a topic pretty much everyone has an interest in, and it's something I think about most of the time. I think many of you do as well. So, the first thing I want to take up is being comfortable in a relationship. I guess that's something I've been thinking a lot about. I think like a lot of relationships today are too comfortable, as in they just settle with what they got because it's comfortable and they don't want to develop it or make it better. I just no, this is okay. I'm comfortable as you would be like when you're at home sitting in a sofa with a remote watching TV or something. You're comfortable. Maybe you're not necessarily super happy or super sad, but you're comfortable. And I think that's actually a real problem in relationships. I mean, if you're happy and you don't want more, that's fine. But for me, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't be comfortable in a relationship that just stays the same. It's comfortable and safe, but it's just you know not developing in any kind of way. And even relationships should develop, in my opinion. I think like in a relationship you should always work to make it always feel maybe not new but always, if you want to call it special. Like, wow, I don't know, bad example, wow, he got me flowers today. And you feel like, oh, he can surprise me after, let's say, 10 years. It's not always this, like, you're looking in the fridge 10 times and it's always the same thing in the fridge. It's actually like, whoa, it's actually some candy in here now. Wow. I don't know, weird examples. And I also want to cover if there is the one. I used to think so, like my past relationship is like, yeah, I think this is the one. That's just how it is. I'm in love and we like each other and we like to talk. And I don't know, it's just, you get this feeling, you can only fall in love once, which is not true. So to me, I don't think there is. Or if there is, there's more than one, which kind of defeats the purpose because then there isn't the one. Then there's, let's say, 100,000 day ones in the world. It could be, or maybe just 500 is like, you can't really predict that. And it all depends on what you're into and what needs you have in a relationship. And I don't know, it's not only that, you have to know like, oh, what do you feel for this person and stuff. But yeah, I don't think that exists. It's all about timing and who you wind up with. Like, it's kind of like a dice roll, or more chance than you think. It's like, oh, I met this person at the bar exactly this time, exactly this date, and all this stuff. It's it's not destiny. It's just you two happen to walk in here at this time and that place and all this stuff. Sometimes it's like, wow, it's such a, how could it happen? We were so perfect together and all this stuff. Like, it must be destiny. But I mean, I don't mind if you believe in that. I'm not. Maybe I believe in it a little bit, but not a lot. But yeah, it's just, if you like someone, it's just kind of random, I think. Um, and when do you know it's the one? Well, I don't know if I actually felt for real that this is the one yet, for real. Maybe in the start you always feel like it's the one because you started a relationship and it's exciting and new and everything's great, you know? But after maybe only a few months or a few years, you start to notice like, whoa, this is not what I was signing up for in the start, you know? So I think you might know like this is the one I want to be with is one it's been a long, long while and you still like you don't have to feel like it's new and exciting, but you don't feel any need of looking behind your back like, oh, but what if we weren't together, you know? Or you don't feel like you don't think about if it is the one or not. You just know because I don't know. It's just you don't think about it. It's just great how it is. Like have a great friend. You don't think about questioning if they're well, are they really my good friend? If you don't have a reason to, you know. I think you should be picky, but picky in the right way. There's two ways of being picky, you know. Like you can be the bad way is that you're so picky, so everything you have this list of how exactly this person has to be, and if they're not, it's just like nah, it's goodbye, you know. That's not good because then you will never find anyone if you're gonna be that picky. The right way is that you have standards. Like let's say you're a person who wants to feel appreciation every now and then, you know. It's a normal expectation. If you don't get it, then yeah, it's maybe it's not for you, you know. Or maybe it's you want to you want someone who is kind of organized, you know, not the most messy person in the world. Then that's okay too. It's what attracts you or not. Um, and I don't know. There's so many things you can choose from, but you should have standards, but not so small. So it's like, what he dressed like that? What? I can't accept that. You know, like don't go too far. Mm, and lastly, I want to bring up how it's weird how people think the only way to be happy is to be with someone. I don't think that's true. Um, I think you can be just as happy or even happier being single. Um, a lot of relationships are probably caught up in that, like being comfortable but not happy, or you know they're too scared to leave the relationship, or kids are involved, marriage. You know, like that's pretty deep, but it's uh, it's pretty sad that everyone expects you to be all good if you have a relationship, and if you don't, then you're automatically unhappy. You know, I mean, in a way, being single gives you way more freedom than being in a relationship because you can go and do whatever you want. You can, you know, like you don't have anyone who's like, oh, but I was thinking that we could do something by then when you were like, no, but I want to hang out with friends, and it doesn't come out this kind of conflicts. And yeah, you don't have any expectations either, I guess. Like, let's say you have your apartment and you live alone, you can be kind of messy because it's your place. But if you have an apartment, they be like, can be like complaining and like, I mean, it's good to be clean and all, but I'm just stating examples. So I think it's both like if you're new to relationships, you never really experienced, it's more being unhappy because you're curious about it, you want to know what it's like. um but maybe once you tried it, it's like, you know, oh, maybe this guy or girl is not for me, you know. Then I'll be happier being single for a while, or always, who knows, you know. So there's so many situations you can be in, you know. But yeah, it's doesn't really matter. It's all about situation and the person and you and what is meaningful for you. Thank you for watching. I'll try to upload sooner next time. Bye.